Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today I'm going to be sitting the DELF B2 exam and I feel so many things. I feel calm, yes. I feel like I wish I was able to prepare some more, a lot more. But it is what it is. I need to get this exam done. Honestly, I only want to pass. Like, I just need this first certificate saying that I can pass because I know that I know that my listening and my comprehension is up to B2, but the speaking and the writing, fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm just gonna get dressed now. Alright. Wash, 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 comb out hair, and yeah. It was such a beautiful day, look at that. Next, some makeup to help me feel a bit more confident, and some face cream for underneath that dry mask. Exam tip, always wear layers so if the room is hot or cold, you can always be comfortable. Trust me. So I'm gonna head downstairs now and have some tea. I do feel a little bit nervous. I'm sorry for the echo. I'm in the hallway. Okay, you can't see the mountains. But yeah, so I'm gonna have some tea, which I don't usually have, just to settle my stomach. And yeah, that's it. Oh, I have my mask because it's COVID days. Let's go, let's do this! Guys, I'm just hyping up myself so I don't feel nervous. Also, I am going to stop at the grocery to get some Greek yogurt to eat. I hope that's would be a good snack between the exam. I didn't think of it before, to be honest. Anyway, let's do this. I got it! Now to head to Alliance Française for my exam. Alright folks, I reached the examination center, which is the Alliance Française in Trinidad. I keep saying in Trinidad, it's obvious now, no? Anyway, it's a couple minutes to 7:45, so I'm gonna head in there. I had some tea and I stopped at the grocery, well you all saw that. But yeah, and I have my face mask. So, well, my face shield. This is my face mask. Let's do this! Alright, so Rochelle from the future here, and I'm just gonna say that, well, obviously I couldn't film in the exam, so I can give you an example of what that would be like. But we were all in a common rating room. It was just 6 of us, and they had us, of course, social distance, physical distance from each other. But we still. Okay, yeah. Oh, oh my god. That was so many. Sorry guys. Okay, so this can't be. Alright, so they had us social distance from each other, and we just kind of sat around. Everybody was a bit nervous. The head of the student part of Alliance Française, and I guess who was organizing the exam but not actually an examiner, she came and she was very friendly and very reassuring and comforting, and she spoke to us, and it was very amicable. She made us all feel a bit de-stressed, so we felt just better about going into the exam room. And yeah, so they started the exam. It was let me see, they told us, okay, you guys can go to the bathroom. They gave us a few minutes for that. We had to take out our ID, hand sanitizer, the alcohol hand sanitizer. So ID, hand sanitizer, your pens, your pencils, pens, pencils. I took in a highlighter, and some people took in water bottles. I didn't think of that, and maybe it's a good thing because I tend to get like distracted literally by water in exams, and so I didn't have water. But what else? So right at like pretty much like a couple minutes to 8, we all sat down in the room. We chose our seats. Because I've been in that room before, I know that it gets pretty cold, so I sat on the side with the AC, not the opposite side. And yeah, so I sat on the side with the AC. Eventually, they did have to turn down the AC because it was cold, and the students on the opposite side of the AC were uncomfortable. Right, so the examiner like read out the instructions and then she started the exam. It was like maybe a minute past 8 or 2 minutes past 8, or maybe it was 8, but I think it was like 2 minutes past. And so she played the tapes, we went through. I was so happy when I opened the paper and I saw that it was a new format. You all have no idea because this is what I practice. So I opened the paper when we were allowed to, read through the questions, and the examiner played the recordings, like the audio. And first there were 2 long ones. Yeah, there were 2 long ones, and then 3 short ones that were just played once. And the second one, I was just like, okay, Rochelle, like, you need to remember it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Like, you can't like trip over a pebble in the beginning and then freak out because the questions were really difficult. I'll speak more about this later, I think, or in another video. But the questions were like, maybe if I read them now outside of exam conditions, it wouldn't seem difficult. Then I went on to the reading comprehension, which I loved. I understood. It was like just as I expected. It was great. And fine, I hope I don't have to eat these words someday, but yeah, it really did go very well. While I was doing that, I then like ran over to the written part and I peeked at what it's going to be, and I started like thinking a bit, and then a little while later I went on my scrap paper. So we got colored scrap paper, which I loved, but they said they do that so that it's not all white, so students can't like interchange their scrap paper. So I on my scrap paper I wrote out like the whole formula of like closing the formal letter. I was so thrilled to see it was a formal letter. And I saw that like this girl next to me, she began with writing the letter and then she came back and did the reading comprehension, which is a way that you can do it as well. Like a lot of people end up spending too long on the reading comprehension and then have to rush the written part. I just did it in the order of the exam, and I paid attention to the clock the entire time. I was like working and looking at the clock. There was a huge clock in the room, and thankfully it was analog because I like just work better with analog clocks. I can actually see how much time is left in each hour. So that was that, and then it was done. Like those 2.5 hours go so quickly. You have no idea. They go so quickly. Yeah, because just like that, it was done. Okay, so I just finished part 1 of the exam, and I still have to go back. Well, when I say part 1, I mean part 1, 2, and 3 of the exam. I still have to go back for the oral part, and we got to choose like our positions, and I chose number 6, which is the last position, so that sucks. Well, not really. I'm like not too upset about it because I get more time to practice. I came to a nearby coffee shop, and is it good luck to have a quiz when you have a French exam? But oh well, yeah. So the exam, the first part of the exam, thankfully we got the new guys, this looks ridiculous, but yeah, we got the new version of the exam, so all of the listening comprehensions were multiple choice. While this was easier, it also posed some challenges, like I understood what I was hearing, like I completely understood it, but the questions were actually kind of difficult, and like they were tricky and they weren't clear, so it was challenging. And apart from that, the reading comprehension was that went really well. Like that for me, that's the easiest way to understand because there's no like time, and also, you know, you can read and reread and read the questions, reread. So that went really well as well. The last part, which was the like production écrit, ça c'était très bien passé. We had to write a letter to the mayor, which I was glad for. Like I didn't want to do like a forum post or whatever, so we had to write a letter to the mayor and about what was it about? He like closed his stadium where like my group that helps like underprivileged youth play sport can no longer have access. So I was like, right, oh shit, I think I didn't do the second part. Anyway, I don't even remember, and there's no way to know now. But like I defended my point and I told them why it's important that we have access to this thing. So I think it went well. I like just regurgitated some formulas, like the closing sequence, and then I also used a lot of like de plus, d'ailleurs, cependant, comme ça. Et bon, je pense que c'était bien. On verra. Maintenant, c'est l'examen oral, la production orale, et je sais pas trop si ça va marcher, si ça va aller, mais on verra. Bon, ok, maintenant je mange. Et en fait, c'est très joli ici. Ok, à bientôt. So I just finished practicing a bit more, and now I feel more confused about things that I wasn't even confused about. Like right now, I can't remember how to like, what is it supposed to be like cause and effect, and then, or am I like, can I give like advantages and then disadvantages and then like my point of view, an example, or is it like I say the point of view of the text and then, or like the point of view popular and then the point of view of the text and then like faire un résumé de tout ça. Oh, c'est compliqué. Oh. Okay, I'm back at the Alliance now, and I am the only person. Everybody else has gone already. Actually, there's one person who's in the examination room, and I'm just running over my intro, which is pretty set, it's pretty standard. I'm just practicing. So this is what my intro looks like, and I just change it around depending on the topic. I just got called in, so it's my turn now. Had to don my face shield. For the oral exam, we're not using face masks, but face shields so they can see our mouths. So at this point, I went into a room with one of the like organizers, and she let me choose 2 topics, and then I had to choose between those 2 topics. And I took the first one, I was like, and then the second one, once I saw it, I was like, okay, impossible. So back to the first one, and I chose that one. Then I had 30 minutes to prepare it by myself. And then there was no clock in this room, so it was over faster than I imagined. So if there was one part in the entire DELF exam that I freaked out, it was right at this moment, because the lady came and she knocked on the door and said like, time's up, and I thought she was gonna say like 5 more minutes. And so I had to like just bring back all of those things that like that whole introduction that I had memorized. It was a good thing because I didn't have time to work on it in that half an hour. It literally goes quickly. So into the exam I went, and then thanks for watching, you guys. So that was what the vlog of the DELF B2 exam day looks like. I hope it gave you some insight and that it was helpful and that it will be helpful. I wish you good luck on your exam. En fait, merde. Yeah, à bientôt. See you soon on one of my other videos. You can check out how I practiced for the DELF exam and what I did to prepare, and when I freaked out when there were only 2 weeks left. So you can do that somewhere here. Go have a look. Bye.